Ever felt like your husband just doesn't see you? Like no matter what you do, you're invisible to him? Hi, I'm Michael Flynn, and welcome back to Relationship Reset Academy. After over 15 years of helping couples, I've seen how a lack of attention can slowly eat away at a relationship. In today's video, we're diving into why some husbands treat their wives like they don't matter, and more importantly, what you can do to start feeling valued again. Stick around until the end, because I'll also be sharing a powerful strategy that can completely shift how you both view and treat each other. This is a game changer, and you'll want to hear it. If you're ready to regain that sense of connection and respect, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss insights to help reset and rebuild your relationship. Now, let's get into it. Step 1. Understand the problem. First things first, let's get real about why this happens. When you feel like you're being treated like you don't matter, it's not about you. It's about the relationship and how both of you are engaging with it. Feeling invisible in your marriage can stem from a lot of different things, and most of them don't have anything to do with your worth or your value as a person. So, let's talk about this in a way that helps you understand the situation. Maybe your husband is distracted by work, personal stress, or just the endless demands of life. Life gets busy, and sometimes people lose sight of what's important. And sometimes, when that happens, the person closest to them, the one they can rely on the most, ends up bearing the brunt of that distraction. But here's the thing, when we start feeling like we don't matter, it's easy to jump to conclusions. You might tell yourself, he doesn't care about me. And hey, that's understandable. When we feel unseen or unheard, we often internalize that as a personal attack. But the truth is, you are not being treated this way because you don't matter. It's not about you being less than. It's about communication, or the lack of it. Now, I'm not saying this is an easy pill to swallow. I get it. But it's vital to realize that just because he's distracted or distant doesn't mean he doesn't care about you. This is often a sign that something in the dynamic between you two is off. And when things go off track, you can bring them back. Here's the truth I want you to hold on to: you do matter. You are valuable. And no matter what's going on in your marriage right now, you have the ability to change things. Recognizing the root of the problem is step 1, and understanding that you are worthy of attention, love, and care is where we start. You're not asking for too much. You're asking for basic respect and connection. And that, my friend, is perfectly valid. Step 2. Communicate your needs effectively. Now that you understand the issue a little better, let's talk about the heart of the matter: communication. If you're feeling like he's treating you as if you don't matter, the next step is to communicate your needs. I know, you've probably already tried that, right? Maybe you've dropped hints or outright said how you're feeling, but it still seems like nothing changes. And that can be frustrating. But here's the thing: communication isn't just about talking. It's about being heard, and for that to happen, we need to adjust how we communicate. If you've been feeling overlooked, the last thing you want to do is pile more negativity onto an already tense situation. So, let's focus on how you communicate your needs so they actually land. Start by being direct, but with kindness. Instead of accusing him or pointing out everything he's doing wrong, express your feelings. Tell him how his actions are making you feel. For example, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try, "I feel hurt and disconnected when I try to talk to you and I don't feel like you're really hearing me." This isn't a criticism of him as a person, but a statement of how you feel when you're not getting the attention you need. Another tip: be specific. Instead of just saying, "I need more attention," try, "I would love it if we could spend 30 minutes together without distractions, just talking or doing something fun." This way, you're not leaving him guessing about what you want, and you're giving him clear guidance on how to make things better. It's important to remember that effective communication isn't about getting everything off your chest at once. It's about creating a space for ongoing dialogue, where both of you can share your thoughts without feeling attacked or blamed. When you make it about you, your feelings, your needs, it's less likely to sound accusatory, which helps keep the conversation productive. And here's a little bonus tip: be patient with him as he tries to process what you're saying. Change doesn't happen overnight. If you want him to see how important this is to you, show that you're willing to listen to him too. Be open to hearing his side and his perspective. This is about building understanding on both sides. Want to learn more about how to express your needs in a way that's truly heard? Check out romancedictionary.com/marriage for some incredible insights that could change the way you communicate forever. The link is in the pop-up here and in the description below. Step 3. Set boundaries and prioritize yourself. Okay, so now that you've communicated your needs and feelings, it's time to get serious about boundaries. A lot of people think setting boundaries is a form of punishment, but I want you to see them in a different light. Boundaries are a form of self-respect. If you've been feeling neglected or unheard, the best way to protect yourself from getting stuck in that cycle is to set healthy boundaries. These aren't about trying to control your husband, they're about protecting you. And here's the deal: when you prioritize yourself, you teach others how to treat you. Let me give you an example. Say you've been asking for more quality time together, but he keeps blowing it off. Instead of silently accepting it, you need to make it clear that your time and attention matter. If he cancels plans or doesn't follow through on his promises, you need to take action. Don't just let it slide. It's okay to say, "I understand that you're busy, but my time is just as important. If we can't make this work, let's reschedule for a time when we can both be fully present." This isn't about starting a fight or playing games. This is about being clear and firm about what you need in the relationship. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you're being difficult. It means you're choosing to value yourself enough to not let your needs get trampled on. And the more you set boundaries, the more your husband will start to recognize that you're serious about your needs being respected. He'll see that you're no longer waiting around for things to magically get better. You're taking responsibility for your own well-being, and that's powerful. It can be a bit scary at first, especially if you're not used to setting boundaries. But I promise you this: the more you stand up for yourself, the more you will earn his respect in the long run. Step 4. Lead by example. Now, let's talk about leading by example. This might sound like something out of a self-help book, but it's so important. Here's the thing: you can't expect someone to value you if you don't first show yourself some respect and self-love. And I know that can sound a little cliché, but stay with me, this is real, and it works. When you start treating yourself with the same kindness and care that you're asking for from him, you'll notice a shift. Why? Because you're no longer relying on him to validate your worth. You're showing him that you already know you're valuable, and that sets the tone for how he sees you. When he sees that you're prioritizing your own happiness and well-being, it becomes harder for him to dismiss you or take you for granted. What does that look like in real life? Maybe it's setting aside time for self-care, whether it's exercising, reading, or just taking a quiet moment to recharge. Maybe it's taking the lead in planning activities or setting goals for yourself. You've got to own your life, and that means not waiting for someone else to make you feel special. As you begin to lead by example, your husband will start to see the changes in you. He'll notice your confidence, your energy, and your sense of self-worth. And when he starts to see that, he'll be more likely to step up and meet you where you're at. This is about showing him that you're not just sitting around waiting for things to change. You're actively making choices that serve your own growth, and you're teaching him, without even saying a word, that you deserve respect. And if you're unsure of how to get started on all this, I highly recommend checking out romancedictionary.com/marriage. You'll find some fantastic tools to help you strengthen your marriage. The link is in the description box below. Remember, you're not alone in this. Every relationship goes through ups and downs, but that doesn't mean you have to stay stuck. Take control of your happiness and your relationship. It's time to show your husband just how much you matter. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications, and drop a comment below. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do you feel like you've been treated like you don't matter? Let's talk about it. And don't forget, for more in-depth advice, check out the links in the description. It's all designed to help you reset your relationship for the better. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.